the 30 most impressive harvests of 2025. The way people harvest fruits will amaze everyone. Have you ever wondered what happens behind the vibrant farming seasons around the world, when giant machines and human hands move in harmony across the fields? Millions of tons of crops are being harvested to feed millions of people on Earth, from the sugar beet fields in France to the golden rice paddies of Thailand and the green seaweed coasts of Japan. Each place is a wonderful story about labor, technology, and passion. In today's video, we will explore the 30 most impressive harvests of 2025, where traditional methods and the passion for hard work together create amazing achievements. Our first destination, the mango harvest. This work is mainly done by hand or with specialized tools such as poles with small blades or knives that help pick ripe fruits without damaging them. During harvesting, farmers carefully choose firm mangoes with shiny skins, dark green mixed with light yellow color, to ensure the best quality and flavor. After picking, mangoes are placed on special trucks with automatic washing systems to remove tree sap. If the stems still have sticky sap, they are dipped into cold water for about 1 to 2 minutes to clean and quickly lower the temperature, helping the fruit stay fresh longer. Next, mangoes are put on conveyor belts for sorting, packing, and preparing to be transported to processing plants or for export. Thanks to modern harvesting and handling methods, Thailand produces more than 70,000 tons of mangoes every year, about 18,000 tons of which are exported to Japan, Europe, and the Middle East, bringing great income and improving the living standards of local farmers in Japan. From December to May, fishermen begin the seaweed harvest season in famous coastal areas such as Hokkaido and Mie. When cold, mineral-rich seawater flows toward the shore, seaweed grows quickly, becomes lush, and reaches its highest quality, suitable for both domestic use and export. From sunrise, fishing boats follow one another to the sea. There, fishermen use vertical winch systems to pull up long ropes covered with seaweed. Each bunch can weigh from 40 to 55 kilograms. When brought ashore, the seaweed is rinsed with seaweed to remove sand and impurities. Then it is dried under sunlight or in drying factories. Today, more than 85% of Japan's seaweed production comes from underwater rope cultivation. The ropes are fixed with floating buoys, helping them absorb full sunlight without touching the seabed when the tide goes down. Every year, Japan produces around 1.5 million tons of seaweed, bringing more than $320 million from export and domestic consumption. As a result, the seaweed industry has become an important source of income, strengthening Japan's position as one of the world's top exporters of this highly nutritious food in the Philippines. Bananas are one of the country's most important crops. There are more than 900,000 hectares of land used for banana farming, producing about 1.2 million tons each year, making the Philippines one of Asia's largest banana exporters. Banana harvesting is mainly done by hand. Usually, one worker holds a bunch weighing 40 to 50 kilograms, while another cuts the stem with a sharp machete. After cutting, the bunches are carried by carts or small boats to collection points for sorting and processing in factories. Bananas are separated into clusters and washed in disinfectant water to remove dirt and bacteria. Then they are sorted by size and quality before being packed into cartons lined with protective layers to keep their yellow skins bright and reduce scratches during transport. The whole process, from harvesting to cold storage, must be completed within 20 to 24 hours to ensure the bananas stay fresh and meet export standards. Alongside bananas, pineapples are also among the world's most popular tropical fruits, thanks to favorable natural conditions. The Philippines is now one of the biggest pineapple producers and exporters globally, with an annual yield of more than 2.7 million tons. Among the pineapple-growing regions, Bukidnon and South Cotabato stand out with vast fields stretching across hundreds of hectares. The tropical climate, high humidity, and well-drained soil create ideal conditions for strong growth, high yields, and delicious, juicy fruits to ensure the best quality. Pineapples are harvested completely by hand. Farmers use sharp knives to cut close to the base, leaving a small piece of stem to prevent sap from leaking and damaging the fruit skin. After cutting, pineapples are carefully placed in mesh baskets or plastic crates to avoid impacts during transport. Harvesting usually happens early in the morning or late in the afternoon, when the temperature is cooler, to maintain freshness and natural moisture. Immediately after harvest, pineapples are sent to processing facilities for washing, then sorted by weight, ripeness, and shape. Fruits that meet export standards are shipped to Japan, Korea, China, Europe, and the United States. The remaining pineapples are peeled, sliced, and canned or pressed for juice production. one of the country's most important export items, bringing major revenue to the fruit processing industry in Laos. Wild honey is usually collected during the dry season from May to August, when giant hornet bees build large hives on cliffs or tall trees deep in the forest. Honey gatherers burn smoke to drive away the bees and carefully use knives or machetes to cut the honey-filled parts of the hive. They place them into bamboo baskets or plastic containers, always leaving part of the hive intact so the bees can reproduce and store honey for the next season. Back in the village, the honey is filtered through fine cloth to remove wax and impurities, then poured into glass bottles for storage. Each year, the Balavan Plateau produces about 25 tons of wild honey, mostly for domestic use, while a small portion is exported to Thailand and South Korea. Next, we explore the pistachio orchards of Turkey. From late August to early October, these orchards enter their bustling harvest season. Every year, the country produces around 300,000 tons of pistachios, making it the second largest producer in the world after Iran. Today, in many growing areas, farmers use tractor-mounted shaking machines to shake the tree branches, causing the nuts to fall directly into collecting containers. This system helps significantly increase productivity and reduce post-harvest losses. After collection, pistachios are transported to processing factories, where they are shelled, dried, sorted, and packed for domestic use or export in the United States. Especially in the state of Michigan, cucumbers are harvested using specialized machines instead of being picked entirely by hand. These machines move along the rows, using a gentle shaking mechanism to separate the cucumbers from the vines and lift them onto conveyor belts. The system also performs initial sorting, dividing the cucumbers by size before placing them into large storage bins. With these modern methods, a single machine can replace dozens of workers and harvest many tons of cucumbers each day. After harvesting, the cucumbers are transported directly to processing plants, where they are carefully washed, sorted, packed, and prepared for production. Each year, the United States harvests about 1.1 million tons of cucumbers, most of which are used to make pickles for export to Europe and Canada. In Germany and Poland, two of the largest cabbage producers in Europe. The harvest season takes place from September to November, when vast cabbage fields reach perfect maturity. On modern farms, specialized harvesters are used. These machines cut the cabbages close to the roots and lift them onto conveyor belts, where outer leaves and soil are removed. The cleaned cabbages are then sent directly into large containers or trucks waiting at the edge of the fields. Each machine can process 8 to 10 tons of cabbage per hour, greatly reducing labor costs and shortening the harvesting time. Thanks to the use of advanced machinery and modern farming techniques, Germany and Poland together produce over 1.3 million tons of cabbage each year. This output not only meets domestic demand but is also widely exported to many other European countries. Next, let's follow the journey of papaya, one of the most popular fruits in India. Few people know that India is now the world's largest papaya producer, with an annual output of more than 6.25 million tons, accounting for nearly 45% of global production. The two states with the largest papaya growing areas are Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat, where the tropical and humid climate provides ideal conditions for year-round cultivation, especially on mixed farms that combine multiple crops using natural farming methods. Papayas are usually harvested when their skin begins to change from dark green to pale yellow and release a pleasant, distinct aroma into the air, a sign that they have reached the ideal ripeness level. At this stage, the flesh is soft enough and naturally sweet, allowing the fruit to be transported over long distances while maintaining quality. When the papayas are ripe and ready, farmers carefully pick each one with a sharp knife or gently twist the stem by hand, placing the fruits into padded baskets or cretes to prevent bruising and damage during transportation, since papayas contain a lot of sap and are easily bruised. Every movement is performed with great care to preserve the fruit's shape and natural aroma. On large farms, sorting is often done directly in the field. Fruits with uniform size, color, and without blemishes are selected and transported by specialized vehicles to processing centers. There, papayas are washed, disinfected with natural solutions, and air-dried with cold airflow before packaging. After processing, the most common packaging type is a triple-layer carton box that meets export standards, helping protect the fruits throughout shipping. Though the process may seem simple, each step requires precision and attention to detail to ensure that every papaya reaching consumers retains its natural freshness and flavor. Continuing our journey, we explore Japanese peaches, a fruit long considered a symbol of premium agriculture thanks to its smooth skin, gentle sweetness, and natural aroma. Every summer, the Yamanashi region, which accounts for more than 30% of Japan's total peach production, becomes lively with harvest activity. Each year, Japan harvests around 125 to 130,000 tons of peaches, mainly from mid-July to early September, when the weather and sunlight are perfect for creating sweet and juicy fruits. Before harvesting, farmers carefully inspect each peach on the tree, checking the firmness of the skin, the even pink color around the stem, and the elasticity of the flesh to determine ripeness. Because peaches are soft and delicate, machines cannot be used for harvesting. All the work must be done entirely by hand. Harvesters gently support the fruit with their palms, rotate it slightly, and detach it from the stem, avoiding damage to the stem or the natural wax coating that protects the fruit. After harvesting, trays of peaches are taken to the processing center within a few hours, where the temperature is maintained between 5 and 8 degrees Celsius to preserve freshness. Here, high-quality peaches are sorted by size, color, and sweetness. Then, packed and distributed to domestic markets or exported to destinations such as Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Meanwhile, tomatoes are among the most consumed agricultural products in the world, with an annual output of more than 180 million tons. From fresh salads and juices to sauces and condiments, tomatoes are an essential ingredient in thousands of everyday dishes in major production regions such as California, Spain, and central Italy. Mechanized harvesting is widely used to reduce costs and labor. Across vast fields spanning hundreds of hectares, industrial tomato varieties are planted for their uniform ripening, thick skin, and high resistance to impact, ideal for machine harvesting and long-distance transport. When the season begins, giant automatic harvesters go into action. Each machine stands about 3 meters tall and 10 meters long, capable of collecting up to 30 tons of tomatoes per hour. The front rollers gently pull the plants from the ground, then send them through a vibrating mechanism that separates the fruits. The tomatoes are moved along conveyor belts to the sorting section, where cameras and color sensors detect unripe or damaged fruits, which are then removed by air jets, ensuring only the best tomatoes continue to processing. After careful sorting, qualified tomatoes are transferred into containers or conveyor lines and loaded onto trucks heading to processing factories. Thanks to modern machinery, the harvest time is reduced from several weeks to just a few days, cutting manual labor needs by up to 70%. However, this method is only suitable for industrial tomato varieties, which are grown under strict standards for shape, size, and ripening. Tomato ensure that the fruits remain intact during harvesting and transportation. In regions such as India, Vietnam, and many African countries, where most farms are small and family-run, manual harvesting remains the main method. Farmers walk along the rows, carefully selecting ripe fruits, cutting the stems and gently placing them into bamboo baskets or plastic containers. Although this process requires a lot of effort, it helps preserve the shape and quality of the fruits, a very important factor when selling fresh tomatoes at local markets or supermarkets. Continuing our journey, let's explore the vast raspberry fields of Poland, where the busiest harvest season of the year is now in full swing. On large-scale farms, modern harvesters are adjusted to gently shake the plants, causing the ripe berries to fall onto collection trays while keeping the branches and green leaves intact. Each machine can harvest from 150 to 200 kilograms of raspberries per hour, significantly reducing the need for manual labor while ensuring the harvested fruits retain their perfect shape and quality. On average, Poland produces about 210,000 tons of raspberries each year, bringing in more than $270 million in revenue from both export and domestic sales. Thanks to its large production volume, consistent fruit size, and high quality, along with modern harvesting and storage technology, Poland has strengthened its position as one of the world's leading raspberry exporters. Next, let's visit the vast farmlands of France. From September to November each year, farmers begin the sugar beet harvest, one of the country's most important crops, to ensure product quality and preserve its full value. The work is done with great care and precision. Farmers use simple hand tools to trim old leaves, pull each beet gently from the soil, and shake off the dirt stuck to its surface. Afterward, the sugar beets are neatly placed into baskets or crates, then loaded onto conveyor belts attached to tractors, ready to be transported to collection points and sent for processing in many villages. The harvest still retains its traditional charm. Whole families work together, creating a lively atmosphere and a strong sense of community spirit. Each year, France harvests about 34 million tons of sugar beets, which are used to produce nearly 4.5 million tons of sugar, bringing export value of over $240 million. How do you feel about this colorful and meticulous journey through the world's most fascinating harvest seasons? If you found it interesting, don't forget to subscribe to Hands of America. Discovered to continue exploring more amazing stories about global agriculture and nature's hidden wonders. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.